Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So it's about 10 after 4. It is 9/28 Sunday. 87 degrees according to this one, 85 on that one. The sun is off my solar collectors, and 27.5. Kind of a, I don't know, what do they call it when it gets warm at the end of September or in October? I guess Indian summer, right? So, it's not bad weather. So,
that was easy.
The batteries died or something. Or I broke it. Have to check that.
Fucking kid.
There we go. So, what am I up to? I'm working on the between garage door space saver shelf unit. I don't know, what do we want to call this thing? And whenever you put one of these things together, there's like a million considerations, so you kind of go really slow in the beginning. So I'm using what I have, right? This is bed rail, that's bed rail. And you can see this is all bed rail, right? I get this from my buddy that runs the curbs down in New Jersey. But I made your basic square, so bed rail, and I welded a top or a bottom to it. And the top, you can see the top piece welded across here, right? What I did is I put it in place and kind of tacked it on the four corners, and now I'm kind of getting it there. And now you can kind of see the concept I'm going for, right? Shelf, and the bottom will be obviously a shelf. I'm going to have the bottom shelf a little bit off the floor, and probably I'm going to have a piece going across here with a little standoff in the center. There's a couple of reasons why I'm doing that. First of all, so that all these shelves aren't pulling away from the wall. So if I have a little foot here, at least, you know, from here out and to the center, it'll have something to stabilize it. Will it stabilize the world? No, but it'll help. How many of these shelves am I gonna have? I'm not exactly sure yet. As I'm putting them up, I'm going to start putting some things of defined heights on them, and from there I'll figure out how big I want them to be. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to build this shelf out here a little further out, because what I want to be able to do is put this compressor on that, so that way I have a compressor up here that I can turn on, got a little hose for filling tires and all that. Will be real handy. Probably even be handier yet to put a little spigot out the garage here, so to speak, so I could fill things up. About this, there's obviously 4 gangs and a welding box here. This is off, by the way, and I tested it with my handy dandy meter. By the way, with these meters, what one should always do is test a known live circuit first to make sure the meter is working. That way you don't have a meter that somebody blew up on you and then you say, oh great, power's off, but it really isn't because the meter's blown up, and then when you go to touch it you get lit up. Touching 110 that's hot probably will not kill you. Probably it might, depending on how hooked up to ground you are, but probably won't kill you, but it'll make you very uncomfortable. Touching 220, if you get between the 220 there, that will do damage, and probably more than you know. There'll be people saying, oh, I get hit by 220 all the time and I don't die. Well, lucky you, right? If you mess with 220, your chances of dying improve dramatically. So this is bad enough to get juiced by, and I don't recommend it, and it could kill you. Getting juiced by 220 will probably kill you. So, and if you go all the way up to 440, it will kill you, right? And as you go above that, there's just varying degrees of death. What I'm going though is I'm moving to these smaller boxes. Oops. And let's drop them on the floor. You guys, if you recognize this box, it came with that bin of stuff I picked up on the side of the road. So this is a free box, right? Nothing better than a free box. And see how I'm putting it here. I have to leave quite a bit of space because if you look up here, I don't know, could you guys see it? See the way the door cable comes by? We really don't want that going by and nailing anything. And as I'm laying the shelves out and figuring out what I'm doing with the shelves, I also have to allow for the wires to get back and around and behind things. Just setting this up with these little shelves though, you got to figure if on one shelf, you know, you put your carburetor cleaner, starting fluid, you know, PB blaster, crap like that. On another one, you know, a set of metric tools and a handle. Having it set up that perhaps there's a coil of power cord here, so when you need to go out to the driveway you can just kind of, you know, unroll it and get out there. Having a battery charger sit here, once again the compressor, battery charger. I'm thinking of trying to fit this little vacuum cleaner into the mix. All these things, having them right here, having a place where they live and permanently live, I think will just make life so much easier, right? Make it so that when it's time to find things, I don't have to be searching, you know. I'm thinking of vacuum cleaner on the bottom because, God forbid, the water level goes up higher than it should. It won't hurt anything, you know. Then a battery charger on another shelf. And now, as you're starting to get above this level, it's not uncomfortable to reach for tools, and it's out of the I mean, if I have water up this high, I got real problems. I got a furnace underwater. I got the bottom of my oil tanks underwater. I got real problems. I've never had in this garage more than, well, to be honest with you, this has been dry. This area has been dry. In the center where the drain is, you know, I could have as much as 4 inches of water here. The garage pitches in, believe it or not. They actually set up this garage, you can see the seams and all, because in the winter they used to wash their cars out in the driveway and then bring them into the garage. And there used to be a kick heater up in that corner. They used to turn the heater on and their cars could dry out in the garage and drip and the water could flow away. But I think you guys could kind of see what I'm up to. It's kind of hard to show you with the so vacuum cleaner, like battery charger, some tools, you know, the compressor way up on top. Once again, this will be a little bigger shelf. For my height, I could walk under this, right, without any problem. Well, current events. I don't know if anybody's following, well, for the folks in Ohio, I'd imagine you're following it. You're only in the state next door, where a guy shot up a trooper, Pennsylvania trooper barracks, and I think he killed one cop and wounded the second. The state killed one state trooper and wounded the second. Or maybe he killed them both. It's bad enough killing one. I hope he didn't kill them both. Right? These folks got to go home to families too. Anyway, my son's girlfriend is from the Pocono region of Pennsylvania, and she has an older sister who knew the character who's doing this. She went to high school with him. And as a matter of fact, a close friend of hers dated the guy. Close friend of hers back then. They, you know, like most kids from high school, and when you're 31 years old, high school was, you know, 13 years ago. Right? Did I do my math right? Yeah, 13 years ago. You don't run across each other again until the reunions, perhaps. So she's kind of fallen out of touch with all these folks, but she actually went to this school with the young man. She said, he's a typical guy. I guess Mount Pocono High School has a rifle club, and he was involved in the rifle club, and he was a safe individual with guns back then. The story is, obviously, he went off and fought in some of our military actions there in the Middle East, and he came back, and for whatever reason, he appeared to have some kind of grudge against the Pennsylvania State Troopers and shut up one of their barracks. But it's just interesting, things are close. You know somebody who knows a lunatic. I don't think he watches my videos, but if he does, if you give yourself up, buddy, you might want to do it in New York, because if the Pennsylvania troopers find you, I don't think they're going to be very nice. I don't think you can get out of it in one piece. You might want to give yourself up in New York. And if you're not going to give yourself up, remember, some of the people you're shooting at have families. So they gotta. It's nice if they could go home to their kids. All right, folks. By the way, I'm not judging who did things right or who did things wrong, or if his thing is valid or invalid, but not a good situation, right? Folks have families they need to go home to, and shoot 'em up stuff doesn't lead to people getting home to see their families, right? Okay, folks. Remember, keep your feet down, keep your head up. Thanks for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Remember, enjoy your time. Enjoy your days. Take care now. Bye.